It is still cancer season, so I wanted to make something delicious and yummy for my family. I season my chicken overnight. I don't just slap seasoning on it and then just cook it right then and there. No, it needs to marinate. Get it all in there so it is nice and yummy. I put that in the fridge, and then earlier today, I just fried it. I like my chicken fried, hard, crispy. I do not like no wet chicken. So half of this chicken I left dry, and then the other half I made with a honey barbecue sauce. Then I decided to make some curry shrimp. And of course, as you know, you gotta burn that curry, make it nice and good. And then I added my other things into it, like my onions, my pepper, my garlic, and just let it simmer so it could get soft and nice. Because nobody don't want no hard vegetables in a curry shrimp. Then, of course, I added my coconut milk. Not too much because you don't want it to be tasting crazy, but just enough so that your gravy is good. I love to add pumpkin into my curry shrimp. It just gives it that nice flavor, and I love when there's little chunks of that pumpkin in there, baby. And it was so good. Look at that. Okay, Mimi. It's bubbling and looking good and everything like that. Look at that. Go ahead, girl. It was good. Then, of course, you know how to make my macaroni and cheese. Simple. You boil that up. Then you mix your cheeses together. I put sour cream. Some people put milk. I don't even use egg. I don't use egg in my mac and cheese. I just put my sour cream, my different cheeses, my salt and peppers, Parmesan cheese, however I'm feeling that day. And, baby, trust me, it's going to come out just as good without the egg. Because I don't like that egg in there. Put a little paprika, and that was before I even baked it. Then I wanted to make some collard greens. I use smoked turkey neck. I don't use pork, so I use a smoked turkey neck. Put some garlic in there. Let that sit in the pot. Added my broth, the chicken broth. Let it cook down a little bit. Pepper flakes. And sometimes I add a little hot sauce, but this time I was like, the red pepper flakes is it. Then I put my onions and peppers, and then I added my greens. I used mustard and collard greens. It came out good. Now the rice and peas, baby, you cannot play with this. If you put too much water, your rice and peas is going to be very mushy, and it takes 2 hours to soak these peas. Some people like to soak them overnight. I didn't have time to soak it, and I don't even have a pressure cooker, so baby, I had to let those peas soak for 2 hours. So I was up at like 7 o'clock in the morning soaking them peas, getting it right. And it came out pretty good. I put 3 cloves of garlic in there and a can of coconut milk after the 2 hours. Of course, you check it. And I think maybe I put like 10 or 12 cups of water. You added my thyme, scallion. You can use allspice or pimento seeds. If you don't want those little pimento seeds in your food, you can just use a little bit of the allspice. Threw my rice in there. When I use my rice, I use parboiled rice. If you use any other rice, baby, it might not come out how you want it. You can use like jasmine rice or basmati, but I think it was canela rice. And I washed it, and look at that. Child, the first time I made it, the peas was too hard, but this time it was just right. And the food was delicious. Look at that. Ew, I did that.